Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video we're going to continue with our GCSE computer science series. In this video I will guide you through how to set up Python and understand and install an IDE. Okay, so let's get started. So to begin with, we have to download Python, and to do that you have to go to Python's official website and then click on downloads in the top menu and then choose the version compatible with your operating system. So let's quickly see how that looks like. So here I'm at Chrome and I'm going to search up Python. And as you can see over here, there's a downloads drop down in the menu. And then if you hover over that, you can see there's download for macOS. And this will be automatic. So if you're in Windows, it will automatically show you download for Windows. So you have to click on this button over here. And then that should download a file. And then you can just open that and download Python as per the instructions. But before you do that, let's go back to the presentation. So as we've discussed, when installing Python, you have to open the downloaded file and you have to remember to tick the box which says add Python to path, as this allows the system to know where Python is and then you can successfully use Python. So after that, after ticking the box, you have to click on install now and then follow the other on-screen instructions. So after downloading Python, you have to verify that it is installed correctly. So to do that, you have to open up command prompt if you're on Windows, and if you're on Mac, you have to open up terminal and you have to type in python -- version and then press enter. So let's have a look at this. So here I'm at my terminal and I'm gonna search python -- version. And then as you can see here, let me just zoom in a little bit. As you can see here, it says Python and then the version number. So if you don't see this, this means that you haven't installed it correct. So if you haven't done that, and if you're facing any problems, you can just ask me in the comment section and I'll try to help you. But it should be successful most of the time, so you should get this. So let's go back to the slides now. So after verifying Python's installation, we have to understand what an IDE is. So an IDE is short form for Integrated Development Environment. So it's a piece of software that allows you to edit your code. If you've got any bugs in it, it'll allow you to debug with its debugger tool. And then it should also have some build automation tools. If you don't understand what that is right now, don't worry, as we'll go through it in the course. And then popular examples of these software applications are PyCharm, which is made by JetBrains, but it's paid. There's also a free version, but it's not really that great. And then you also have VS Code, which is 100% free and made by Microsoft. And then you have IDLE, which is the default IDE that's installed in your system when you download Python. So now if you search up IDLE, you should get an application and that's downloaded as a default of installing Python. So let's go ahead on to the next slide. So how do we download VS Code? So it's very easy to download VS Code. All you have to do is go to code.visualstudiocode.com or just type up Visual Studio Code in your Google search bar and then click on download for your operating system and then install the downloaded file according to the on-screen instructions. So let's quickly do this. So I've opened up a new tab and I'm going to search up VS Code. So VS Code is just a short form for Visual Studio Code. So now, as you can see, as soon as I open the website, I get a download button over here. And again, this will be automatic. If you're in Windows, it will pop up with a download for Windows button. So I'll just click on this. And then a file should automatically start downloading. So after that's downloaded, you just have to unzip it in my case, and then just go through with the installation process. So after downloading Visual Studio Code, we have to set up Visual Studio Code. This isn't a very long process, as all we have to do is open up Visual Studio Code and then install an extension named Python from the extensions marketplace, and then verify its installation. And to do that, we just have to create our first Python program, and that's very simple. So we'll move on to that next, but first let's just verify the installation of VS Code, and then also download the extension that I was talking about. So here I've got Visual Studio Code open. This is how it should look to you as well, but you might have a few pop-ups because it's your first time opening Visual Studio Code. But after you go through them, you will see this these 4 boxes over here. Just click on that, and then after that, in the search bar, type up Python, and then you should open up the first one, which is by Microsoft, and you have to click on install, which would normally be around here, but I've already installed Python, so I don't have that option. So after you click on install, it might take 2 to 3 minutes to download the extension. You have to keep in mind that it's not only installing one extension, it's installing a few extensions. So it's downloading Pylance, Python Debugger, and a few other extensions like formatters and linters. We don't really have to worry about those. All you have to know is that these just make our coding experiences easier, because you get code highlighting, and then if you have any errors or something, it'll be underlined in red, etc. So after installing this extension, let's go ahead and write our first program in Python. So to do that, you have to create a new file and save it with a .py extension. So all this means is that you have to save the file that you write with your file name. So let it be test, and then you have to end it in a .py, just like how you'd end a text document with a .txt. And then after that, we have to run the Python program to get our output. This is very simple, and there are shortcuts to do this in VS Code. So let's quickly do that now. So here I'm back in VS Code, and all you have to do is go to File. This might look a little bit different in Windows, but it shouldn't be that different. So File, and then you have to click on New File. And then here, I'm just going to click on Python file over here, and this should automatically open a untitled file over here. So here we're just going to write our Python program and then save it. So our Python program is going to be outputting hello world in the terminal. So that's not very hard at all. It's just one line, print, and then you have these brackets and speech marks saying hello. Okay, and then we're going to save this by doing Control S if you're on Windows and Command S if you're on Mac. And then after that, I'm just going to name mine test.py. You can name it anything, and then you can select your location, but I'm just leaving it at this. I'm going to save it, and after that it should save, and then you have to run this program to get your expected output. And to do that, you have to click on this play button sort of thing here to run your Python file. And then by doing that, you get hello world over here. So let's quickly run over how this code works. So print is a function that's provided by Python. A function is just something that performs a particular task with a given input. So inside these brackets, we give an input. So an input is just anything that you put between these brackets, alright? So this is the input that we give, hello world. and then the function's job is to print or display something in the terminal over here. So any input that I give it, it will print it or display it in the terminal over here. So for example, I can change this to 1, and then if I save it and run it, I should get 1, etc. So that's it for the explanation. And that also brings us to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you found it useful, share it, and then subscribe. Thank you.